This conference will now be recorded.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Chat. We're gonna talk about life marketing. It's kind of a different way. I want to go a different route, a different path in presenting some marketing tips for you. So I kind of put this together, thought about it really quite a while, actually, a little in depth. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll through this. Okay. First thing, what is marketing? I want to make sure you understand that. I have the Investopedia definition. Marketing refers to activities a company undertakes to promote the buying or selling of a product or service. It includes advertising, selling, and delivering products to consumers or other businesses. And so it's just getting it out there. But you got to understand, marketing doesn't get you clients. Marketing creates awareness. Marketing is a tactical side of your business where you want to have marketing programs in place to create awareness. So what gets you clients is what you do once someone is aware of what you offer. And so someone who's interested in whatever you're offering, if they reach out or you connect, what's the next step? And that's where you really want to focus on. So, but first things first, you got to generate awareness. Okay. So use the brand. Farmers, we've got a great brand. All right. I know I saw a statistic recently too, but I didn't get the numbers on it. I got to see if I can track it, but it's like 53, 55% of the people buy based on the brand. Okay. So marketing and sales are not about trying to persuade, coerce, or manipulate people into buying your services. I mean, that's not what we do. It's about putting yourself out in front of and offering your services to those whom you are meant to serve. And those are the people who already need and are looking for your services. This is by Michael Port. He's a New York Times best-selling author. Several years ago, he wrote a book called Book Yourself Solid. I mean, just the name is just a concrete name that I like. It is a good book. It does give you a lot of tips and tricks and understanding about the process of marketing and sales. Okay, but we've got a great brand focus on the brand. I mean, we see Farmers Insurance, but we want to associate Farmers Insurance with life insurance, and that's how you want to market yourself and your agency. Get your name out there, and get some logo gear with life insurance on it, something. Right? Put it on your email signature. Make sure it's on your website. However you reach out to people, just associate your name, your agency with Farmers and life insurance. All right, we're trying to make that connection. All right. Sales and persuasion. So I'm a member of Masterclass, okay, and I'm always trying to educate myself and find ways of helping you build your agencies. And so this I thought was a pretty good section in his masterclass training. Daniel Pink, I think he's got a law degree, but he works with sales and marketing and helps companies promote their business. But you don't want to be an irritator. You want to be an agitator. An irritator is trying to get someone to do what you want them to do. You want them to buy your policy. And that's kind of not the right way to go. So an agitator is what you want to be. And that's trying to get someone to do something that they ought to do and ultimately will want to do. All right. So you want to maybe change some of your questions when you're talking with a prospect. He calls it an irrational question. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to purchase life insurance? Okay. And so 1 to 10, let's say they're a 2. Now, most people think, well, why 2? But his backup or follow-up question is, why didn't you pick a lower number? Okay. And so when you ask this second question, you got to listen to what the prospect is going to say. This is going to help you in understanding them and maybe moving it up to a 5 or 6 or 7 and the purchase. Okay. Some people go off the chart and maybe they say 0. I mean, you said on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to buy a life insurance? And they say 0. Okay, so then your follow-up question is, what can we do to make it a 1? And again, listen to their response, because that's going to help you in building a relationship, having ongoing communication. Right? People know they need life insurance. Right? You're gauging the level, and you might want to keep it in your notes. You know, the last time you asked them, they said they were a 3, they were a 4. Okay, what is it going to take? But you're getting insight. Right. So, and that's kind of key. So it's a different way in your line of questioning and bringing up the topic of life insurance. If you're talking to a prospect, give it a shot. Okay. We already know the worst thing they can say is, no, I'm not interested. Got it. Right. Then you're not the person I'm marketing to at this point in time. Right. Maybe later on you'll need me. Right? But at least market, pitch it, create the awareness. One of the things I'm noticing is how simple is the process to buy life insurance. If you are marketing and someone responds, how simple is the process for them to get an application done and submitted and for approval? All right. So do you have steps? Okay, we go. All right, so so what steps do you have in place, right, to where it is easy for them to buy? Okay, because if it's difficult or you don't have time, or it takes too much time out of their day to do that, then you got to change the process. Okay, so all right, and Johanna, which question you want to go back to, this one or the previous one?
I love that sales and persuasion idea, and would love to hear what that might sound like if you and I want to maybe role play it.
Yeah. And so, like, maybe we're having a conversation about auto insurance, or we're pitching life insurance, and I'm going to ask you, hey, so on a scale of 1 to 10, Johanna, how ready are you to purchase life insurance?
Like a 1.
Okay. Why the 1?
Well, finances right now with COVID being as it is, and my expenses are the same, but income is not. I just don't know if I'm financially ready.
Okay. So what would it take to get you to a 2?
A raise.
A raise. All right. Are you looking for additional work?
No, I'm just working as hard as I can and hoping that I'll get that promotion.
Okay. How about if we take a look at your situation to where we could possibly get a life insurance on the books without changing what you're currently paying now? Would you be interested?
Yeah.
Great. All right. So what we can do, and I'm going to take it off now. The situations where this can come into play is buying life insurance gets them a discount on their auto and their home. Okay. You can raise your deductibles on your auto and your home, and that's going to free up some additional money where they can apply towards the life insurance policy. In some cases, you may want to trim off the convenient coverages like towing and rental reimbursement, sometimes on a car. Again, that'll free up some money that they can apply towards the life insurance policy. And so, but at least she's open to it, okay, to having a conversation, having us take a closer look at her situation where we can give her some tips, some advice, and suggestions.
Great
Okay.
point, Lauren, because the reality is I might be able to find some areas in my budget if we can sit down and really uncover what is, is beyond just the price objection. There might be something else. Maybe I don't understand it and really see the value of it. So awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Cool. So, all right. So when we get them interested, again, set up a process or put a process in place where it's easy for them to apply for life insurance. Okay. So, I mean, you want to make it simple for them. If it's too difficult, I mean, like auto insurance right now, yeah, you got pre-bind contingencies, but there's ways of working around where those contingencies, in a lot of cases, don't pop up and keep you from getting the sale. Okay. And so you want to take a look at the process. I mean, how quickly can you fill out an application? And if it takes you 45 minutes to an hour, then you need to go in the sandbox and you need to do it repetitiously where you know the flow of the application and you're already looking ahead. A lot of times my life appointments are 2 appointments. The first one is the information gathering and building relationship by asking questions. In between my first appointment and my second appointment, I'm already filling out the application. So my second appointment, when I'm asking for the close, most of the application is already filled out. And so I just need to ask a couple medical questions, double check the beneficiaries, and submit it. Okay, so make it as easy as possible for your prospects to buy from you. All right, so, but that's going to take some practice. And again, dedicate some time to put that into play. All right? Target your marketing. All right, now you can be jack of all trades and we'll sell life insurance to anybody and everybody. Okay, but no one's going to buy from you. You need to focus your marketing. Where is it you want to target? Is it new families, right? People that just got a home loan, parents with small children, business owners? Find a niche and market that niche. Okay. You already know in other areas, like if you're dealing with specialty, whether it's boats or motorcycles, or if you specialize in boats, you're going to be the boat insurance expert in that group. Okay. And so you want to target the marketing. And looking at this, if you resonate with one of these, let's say it's parents with minor children. Well, where do they hang out? How can I reach more of them? How can I market myself to where I'm the expert for their, demographic, their situation, to where you're going to get the business from them, or at least the opportunity to do business with them. And so focus your marketing. A lot of people, we're pretty rampant. Farmers, if we don't write it, we can work with Craft Lake or outside companies. We can write anything. So everyone's a prospect. I say that. Okay. But maybe we do want to focus and stay within our lane and target a specific niche. Okay. And be the expert in that little niche. So something to consider. So I'm going to ask you, what will you change? Outside of these coffee chats, you're learning some information. How many life insurance conversations will you have this week? How many life apps will you write this week, this month? And by when? When will you have it done? I got some statistics at the end of this. I added a new slide here, but people need life insurance, and even those that have it always feel that they need more. All right. And so you want to set a target, a chart. And if you need an accountability partner, reach out to myself or even Rachel. And I'll bet you even Johanna will even jump in and say, reach out to her as an accountability partner, support you, encourage you to hit your targets on what you want to achieve in offering life insurance. Yeah, you're going to get some no's. We know that. Okay. But you get better at your conversation and you get fewer no's and you get more yeses. And that's something we want to work on. We do have a promotion. Okay, so the target initially, April 1st through April 30th, is we want you to write 5 life policies. Just write them. Right? Get that application in. When you do the application, again, make sure that they do the e-signature because that counts as written. Okay, but if you do get those 5 in, then reward is you can go take a wine tasting trip in luxurious Lodi. Okay, so you get a one-night stay with a bed and breakfast. Right? And if we do get more agents, well, then we'll throw in more. Rachel is putting in, we get 5 agents that hit this target, then we'll throw in a kayak tour. 7 or more agents, we're going to add dinner. 10 or more agents hit this 5 written target, then we'll actually add another night. Okay. And the key is to write the insurance. Now, in writing the insurance, if it gets issued, that's a huge plus because the next promotion is issued and paid. And so between now and June 30th, right, we want you to hit 8 issued and paid life policies. Right? And I should say 4,000 in AFYP. So the reward is you and a guest get a 2-night stay in South Lake Tahoe. And there's a bonus. If you double that, then your staff person can also bring a guest. Okay, so yeah, if they're the ones, if you have a producer that are helping you write life insurance, then we got to reward them too for their efforts, and we can bring them out also. It seems to be asking a lot, but honestly, it's not. Getting 8 policies in a 3-month period, okay, that's like 2.5 a month. That's like nothing, okay, and it's highly doable. But I encourage you to engage in more conversations, ask for the sale, okay. And if you need assistance from me, whether it's, going through a presentation, filling out an application, running illustrations, even following up with the delivery of the policy, by all means, reach out. Okay. This is the best product we offer, the most important product we offer our customers. And to me, it's kind of sad that not enough agents are engaging in this life insurance sales that they should be doing. All right. The statistics, whoops, I got room for questions. I should have put this here. Oh, it didn't go in. I thought I added one more slide. I apologize. So, but I did have some statistics about the people that don't have insurance. 53% know that they need it. The ones that have insurance, 22% know that they need more. Okay, so even if they have insurance, it's great. Do you have enough or do you have too much? All right, very few people have enough. All right, so I'm going to open up for some questions.
Lauren, I just wanted to add to those statistics. When people were asked, they did a LIMRA study, and when people were asked why maybe they didn't have life insurance, 39% of them said because no one asked. That's a huge number. And I take that study personal because in my family, my mother passed away without life insurance. When I went years later back to my father and said, why didn't you have life insurance for my mom? His response was because no one ever asked. They didn't know what they didn't know. So I would encourage you, as you're to echo what Lauren is saying, ask at least 10 people a day. If you're asking 50 people a week, you're going to get a yes. How do you ask 10 people a day, Lauren?
I keep it simple. Even if I'm sitting in line, start a conversation. I ask someone, hey, so what do you do? And they tell me what they do. And then the normal response is they say, hey, by the way, what do you do? I said, well, me, I'm a trainer, but before when I sold life insurance as well, I'm actually learning a couple things. One of the things that I'm learning is, let me ask you, you have a home, you have a family, you have a car. What's the most important thing to you? And most people will say family. Okay, what's the second most important thing? And they're going to say home. And then thirdly, of course, the car. So now knowing that, what have you currently protected with insurance? Okay, if you have a vehicle, you've got to have auto insurance. If you have a mortgage, you got to have a homeowner's policy. Now, you just told me your family is the most important thing to you. What did you put in place to protect them? So what really protects them is life insurance. All right, and then do you have any now? All right, is it enough? Is it too much? All right, so you see what I mean? I mean, would you like to get together? Maybe we can do a quick review to see if you have adequate amounts of coverage. Well, I can even review your policies and make sure it's the right coverage for you. It takes about 20 minutes of your time. When can we get together? I'm simple, okay? My presentation is condensed to about 15, 20 minutes max. I keep it real simple like that, but at least I ask. And my recommendation.
Rita, George, what did, have you guys presented a conversation like that before? Have you brought it up the way that Lauren brought it up?
I have, not that well, not not as well as Lauren did.
It's practice, 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 practice.
What was the outcome, George?
I have applications in process, so yes, I'm starting small. A lot of people are my age and younger. I'm working at it. Yeah, start small, and I'm aiming for the, people that don't make a lot of money. The 10-year term, it's something inexpensive. You can afford it. Get something on the book because who knows what happens tomorrow, especially with the COVID situation. There was people that passed away that wouldn't have passed away because, of COVID. What happens if the next virus comes? Who's prepared, who's not?
Got it.
Absolutely.
Rita, what are your thoughts?
I think for me, I just somehow haven't had luck in the last couple of years through COVID. I do try to bring up the conversation, like when we're just, going over their FFRs or their And you know, they always, their response is, yeah, I'll get back to you. I actually have a lot through my work. I already have it. I'm young, you know, got it when I was younger and stuff like that. And even the commercial clients. And I think right now, with the way the housing situation is in California, a lot of them feel like they have a lot of equity in their homes. You know,
What does
because
that translate to?
because when you
Again,
say that, let's evaluate if you have enough, if you got it several years ago, let's evaluate if you have enough. They say, oh, we have enough equity in our home for any issues.
so my question to the client then, if I were in that situation, would be, do you want to have to take a loan on the equity of your home, or potentially sell your home to cover life insurance needs? Because in a situation where the primary breadwinner is no longer available to earn income because they are deceased, right? They may not give you a loan. They might have been like to do a second on your house or take out the equity. If that person was the primary on the loan, they might say, well, you know, do you have a job? They still have to underwrite or approve that additional loan amount. It wouldn't be an automatic. So considering if through this financial, you know, situation with COVID and housing markets and all, you know, job unemployment, those kinds of things, all the different things that can occur, do they feel like they're prepared no matter what? Because this is going to be a policy that they can have no matter what. You don't have to get approved for it beyond the underwriting. So once it's approved, once you pass away, there's not a secondary reaction that has to happen in order to have it fund.
And I'd almost go with, you know, hey, I don't have time right now. There's not a problem. Hey, by the way, when's your birthday? Because if you want to set something in place, we should do it before your birthday because your rates are going to go up if you choose to get it after that. So, I mean, you want to create a little urgency, but always ask questions to keep dialogue going and keep, I mean, it's how you build relationships is having dialogue, question and answer, and getting to know each other a little better. But I mean,
brings up a great point too, with how long is the market going to be as hot as it is?
Yeah, that's true. All right. Good. All right. Any other questions do you guys have? Oh, wow, that was quiet. All right.
I like the angle this time that when we attended that meeting on Monday about the long-term care. So I'm gonna start trying to use that one, because I feel that even people who are well settled, that's something they can relate to. And they also will feel that they don't in long-term care, it's like only if the situation arises, but if you use the life insurance for that, the withdrawals. So I really want to try to understand that better and kind of do that, try to kind of market that, because
Chronic illness?
I think in my book I'll have better luck with that.
Got it.
Let's do it.
So the chronic illness rider, it's free. I mean, you should automatically put that on with the terminal illness rider on your IULs.
Yeah, we've always done that. Yeah.
And another way of presenting that is, you know, by the way, have you insured your IRA? Or do you have insurance on your IRA? You know, that's kind of a different avenue, different way of approaching it. What do you mean? You get insurance on your IRA? So, well, yeah, because if one of you did get confined to a nursing home, you might have to take that money that you were, you know, planning to retire on and apply it towards long-term care costs where you have a financial struggle. And so we can put something in place where you can use that for your retirement income and we have something else to cover your possible long-term needs. Okay, so I mean, there's a couple different approaches that you can use in broaching that topic and encouraging the conversation to move forward. Okay.
Yeah,
Good,
the only issue is people who kind of are in that bracket. So I need to like, do some examples and understand that better, because mostly people only start thinking about all that when they're in their 50s at least, because yeah. And I don't know how
let me know if you want to
expensive
get together. We can do some
will.
role play.
I
I can
will.
coach you.
Yeah, I
Okay,
will.
Rita? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good. All right. Well, with that, thank you, Johanna.
If you do the role play,
jumping in.
record it so we could hear it.
Yeah, I did record it. I will send it out once it translates. I'll pitch it out to everybody. But thank you for taking a break, learning a little bit about life insurance and marketing, and some different approaches, different ways of presenting it, different ways of having conversation. Okay, and you do want to set yourself apart, but you got to offer, you got to ask. Okay, so take some time, put a list together, some of your hot prospects, and just pitch it. All right. Johanna, you want to say anything as we close out?
No, I'm good. Thank you guys for joining. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to myself as well. I'm happy to help. Here to support your district in any way that I can. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you,
Take care,
everyone.
everybody. Have a good one.